What up, my Spiracy people? We're going to veer off in a little bit of a different direction this time, and we're going to talk about the sound clip that's been going around about Tom Cruise on the set of his new Mission Impossible yelling at his crew members, right? Everyone's like, oh, Tom Cruise acting irrational again, but I don't know. I stand with him in this, man. I more power to you, Tom Cruise. Sometimes you need to get mad and yell to get your point across. It's just sad facts of life. I'm sorry. Stop it with this whole sensitive Sally movement where you're going to be nice and not yell and not hurt people's feelings. Like, no. He's not wrong. He's yelling at people that were too close together on his set. People losing money, losing jobs, losing food on their table should make somebody mad. People like, oh, it's just Tom Cruise acting irrational again. But this time, I don't know, man. I feel like he's on point, you know? He is get a little angry yelling and stuff, but sometimes, you just get sick of seeing it. I personally get his anger. Let's see if you do and listen to the clip.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us! Because they believe in us and what we're doing! I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too, and you too, and you. Don't you ever do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's what I sleep with every night.
You, good sir, have made a very valid point. And to all the people out there who are like, oh, he's a little overboard. All right, let's just talk about this for a second. He put up his money for this production, from what I understand anyways. He hired a bunch of professionals to come in, right, to film this movie. And in the process, he gave out thousands of jobs, right? Huge deal, especially right now with everything going on. The C word, we'll call it, right? And I'm sure Mr. Cruise here made it clear from the jump, like, here are the rules. We cannot have any positive C word tests on our crew because it could just shut down production. We have to take this seriously. I mean, I can only imagine that these people, probably should have known these rules going into this. So what happened was, apparently he looked over and he saw two crew members standing close together. I don't think they had masks on. I can't remember exactly what happened, but they were standing right next to each other at a computer. And that's when he just lost his mind. He was like, look, don't you ever do that again. But listen, I'm sure that something built up to this from the sounds of it. Maybe this wasn't the first time. Who knows, right? But he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I'm sorry, he's not. You shouldn't have to tell a room full of adults how serious this is, what's on the line. So many things are on the line. College education's food on the table. Like, come on, man, smarten up. It's frustrating. And him making a valid point like that, making a strong and valid point, maybe next time they won't forget to do it. You know what I mean? Like, drill sergeants yell at people for a reason. I believe there's a time and a place to get angry and raise your voice. And when lives are on the line, food is on the line, money's on the line, those are very valid reasons in my book to get mad, just saying. And Tom Cruise didn't just make this about himself. He's yelling for every single person that is employed by him right now. You know what I mean? He didn't do this for selfish reasons. He don't need this money. He whether this production sinks or floats, he'll be straight. It's Tom Cruise, right? But like he said, I go to bed every night thinking about the people who are relying on me. And that makes him angry. And that makes him... This is commendable in my book. As a matter of fact, this is the most rational that Tom Cruise has ever sounded to me. 2020 has been so crazy that Tom Cruise makes sense. We have lost so many people worldwide to this sick virus, right? And we have watched restaurants get shut down. We have watched businesses close. We have watched people die. And this dude's out here trying to, make sure people are employed. and he wants to keep it that way. So Tom Cruise, you are the star of the week in my book. What has happened this past year is nothing less than frustrating. You know, it's flipped all of our worlds upside down in one way or another. We're all affected differently, and you know, it's angering. It's angry. What has happened this past year? If it doesn't make you angry, there's something wrong. I'm pretty terrified of this whole thing because last February, right, this past February, I got so sick, right? I had the flu. The hospital told me I had the flu. This was before that, you know, the testing came out. It was even before that. It was right before it, actually. It was like 2 weeks before. I'm kind of convinced that I had it. I got so sick that my brain swelled up, okay? And they had to give me morphine. Like, I got that sick. I've never been that sick in my entire life. I am a healthy young woman. I cannot imagine what this would do to somebody who's older and not healthy. I can't. And it's not a risk I'm willing to take. I went back to the hospital 3 times. On the 3rd time, I had a migraine headache. I don't even know where to start. I got so sick, right? I had the nasty flu symptoms, right? It became like a chest infection. It felt like then I had bad that it made my brain swell. I went to the hospital and I said, listen, something's wrong with my brain. Like, how crazy do I sound, right? Going to the hospital and saying that. But I was like, something is wrong with my brain. My head feels like it's gonna completely just explode. This is not normal. You know, I was sobbing like a little baby. I was like, please help me. I was like, I need somebody to look at my brain. I sounded so crazy, right? So they gave me a CAT scan, okay? The doctor came back in a couple hours later because it took forever, and he was like, yeah, your brain is definitely swollen. You're definitely right, and we're going to give you morphine. I was like, thank God. So yeah, it was like having the regular flu times 10, and apparently now that there's been some research in regards to the past year, your brain can swell and you can get inflammation, and it is a nightmare. And let me tell you something, I did not feel normal for months after that. That same time I went to the hospital, I was completely irrational. I was screaming at my poor mother, God bless her. She was so kind to me, and I was like yelling at her because I felt like nobody was listening. And like, I literally lose sleep at night thinking about what that would have done to somebody who was older and not healthy, you know? There was a point where, and not to be dramatic, like I really did not think that I was going to make it out alive. Like the way my brain felt. I remember thinking like, this is the end. Like to this day, I still don't know if I had. What I do know is, I've never been that sick before, and I had all the symptoms, and not to be weird, but a few days before I got sick, I was at a store called IKEA. I don't know if you guys ever been there, and there was a herd of Chinese people with masks on that, like, I lingered around them, and all I could think about is when I was sick was, oh my God, what if they gave it to me? Like, I know that's horrible to say because the whole China thing, right? But I'm telling you right now, that's just my opinion of what happened, and, you know, I don't know. But Tom Cruise, man, hats off to you. This is serious, and as we, you know, get deeper into the winter months, it's going to get more serious, and, you know, nothing might ever be the same for quite some time to come. So if any of you out there don't take it seriously, don't wait till somebody you know and love gets it, man. It's not fun. It's nothing to laugh at, scoff at, whatever. So Tom Cruise, you've never made more sense to me.